Things that men say they're supposed to be compliments, but are in fact fucking insults. I learned all this from years of experience, from years of hearing these things and being like, oh my god, thank you. But then later it was like, once my frontal lobe developed, I was like, No.
There are things that men say that have misogynistic undertones, and most women tend to overlook or may not seem to clock or understand what they're trying to say. Things like, you're so smart for a beautiful woman. Oh, I didn't know women were this smart. Oh, you're not like other girls. Oh, how exactly are other girls? What is that perception that you have about women that you think I'm the exception? Things like that. Those are misogynistic words that men say, and sometimes we confuse them for compliments.
There is nothing like a man complimenting me for reading instead of being on my phone that makes me want to be on my phone immediately. I was at the mechanic and I was waiting for my car to be done and I was reading. Okay, I was waiting in the lobby and I was reading a book. Now, no, this is the only time I've ever done that. All right, here's the thing. I'm addicted to my phone, of course. But I'm actively working on being a little bit less addicted to my phone. So instead of being on my phone, I was reading my book. Immediately, this guy comes up to me and he's like, wow, you never see women just reading anymore. Like women, they're always on their phones. Like it's so amazing and refreshing to see a woman reading instead of being on her phone. And I immediately have the ick. I immediately am like, bitch, you don't know how much I'm on my phone. Like this is the one time I'm not on my phone and you just happen to be catching me. That was my internal monologue. Externally, I was like, yeah, go back to my book. He's just standing there watching me, waiting for another opportunity to try and have a conversation with me. I don't know. Something about me portraying a quality that he happens to find interesting, I guess, gave him the invitation to stick around and try and talk to me more. And after a bit, he goes, so what are you reading? Is it good? And I'm like, oh, it's this book, whatever. I go back to reading. He's hovering. He starts walking closer to me, like really getting in my space. And he goes, so what's it about? This kind of breaks me. I look up from my book and I'm like, hey, I'm in the middle of reading. I'm not really trying to have a conversation right now, but have a good day. His nice guy facade immediately drops and he goes, okay, I was just trying to be nice. And he walks away. Great, thank God. And I'm just saying that is the last time I ever read in a public space. Because I tell you, if I had been on my phone, like one of those boring girls who's on her phone, she's so addicted to her phone, this man would not have felt entitled to bother me.
A man will give you a compliment and then turn around and insult another woman in the same breath, in the same sentence. Oh, I really like how your physique look, your stomach looks so flat. I really like your flat tummy. Not like all these girls that be walking around with big belly. Don't try that nonsense with me. If you want to give a compliment, give a compliment. Which one is you're giving me a compliment and you're bashing another woman? It doesn't make me feel special. So what if tomorrow something happens to me and then I have a big belly? So now you're looking at me and you're like, oh, you had a flat tummy yesterday, now you have a big belly today. And it's crazy because the girls who tolerate this nonsense, y'all don't know that these men will talk to you, slander another girl to make you feel good, and then go to that girl and slander you to make her feel good, or go to another woman and slander you to make that other woman feel good. Like that's what they do. They pitch women against women.
I think if a man has to insult other women or bring down other women just to give you a compliment, my dear, that is not a compliment. Because that's a man who already has a perception about women. A wrong perception about women, misogynistic most of the time. That's the kind of man that would feel the need to talk down other women to make you feel special and call it a compliment. That's not a compliment. And that's exactly what he did. Because why not see a person reading and say, oh, I love people that read, or I love women that read? Why did you have to bring in other women into the picture and talk down on them before making his point? So I think these are some of the subtle ways that men insult women that we seem to not clock. We seem to not decode so many times. Men try to associate everything that is they deem superior, things like learning, things like intelligence, they associate it to masculinity. Whereas in the same breath, associating things they deem inferior to femininity.
Baby, let me tell you what. There is no one who is getting ready to play in your face more than the person whose only comment to you, like the only way that they see you, is through how kind and sweet you are. That person is getting ready to drag your sweetness and your kindness to the pits of a fiery hellscape, okay? I don't know what it is. Like, I always feel like when somebody says, like, oh my God, you're so sweet or you're so kind, and they say it repeatedly as though there are no other qualities about you, there's usually, they're calling that out because they feel like they don't deserve it. And what's getting ready to happen is this person's going to show you just how much they don't. Every single time somebody says this thing about you in a way that almost makes it feel like it's a sickly sort of sweet, run in the opposite direction, because they are about to sour the shit out of this entire experience.
I think if a man thinks you're kind and sweet, that's literally grounds for manipulation. You know, men love naive, sweet, kind people. And if a man is already describing you as nice, sweet, my darling, most of the time it's him telling you that you're gullible, you're an easy target. He can manipulate you, he can control you. So I don't think it's a compliment when a man tells you that you're sweet. It just means you're gullible. Plain, blank, and simple. Because we've seen a lot of cases where men go for kind, sweet women, naive women, just because they're easy targets. They're gullible, they're easy to control, they're usable, they won't question them, they're not aware of their rights, you know. So when a man tells you you're kind, you're sweet, take it with a pinch of salt. Most of the time, they don't mean well.
Hey, what up, beautiful people? I was just on Threads and somebody said, if a man finds you sexually attractive, it's not a compliment. And to that I say, thanks. You've given me an excuse to talk about one of my favorite things. I don't know when exactly we got the concept of ownership. When my sister went to law school, she taught me something. She taught me that children are viewed as legal things. The reason that this was upsetting to me was that I realized that children were not people, not in the eyes of the law. Then I looked back and I started looking into it, and I realized that somewhere around the Agrarian Revolution, we started having the idea that women were also not people. Women were property. That's why we sold women to other families. There was a bride price, dowries. At some point, we got the idea that people could own stuff, that men could own land, and children became the bearers of legacies. So children would become future landowners, or they'd be the workers of the land, and women were the primary source of new workers and new owners. So women and children became legal things. People were property. And, you know, I may have some opinions about that because of, you know, reasons. But this fundamentally damaged our relationship to each other as people, because women, through time, have had their ability to be experienced as full people just degraded consistently. So when we think about the idea of finding somebody sexually attractive, it's burdened with all the constructs that are tied to ownership. It's burdened with the constructs of materialism. It's burdened with the constructs of patriarchy, of men running society, of men owning society, men being the ones with the rights to leadership, men being the ones who have a legacy. It's burdened with capitalism, with the idea that you have to marry the right man, and that your value goes down as a woman if you marry the wrong one. That your value goes down as a woman if you sleep with anybody at all. That your peak value as a woman is when you are virginal and unselected because you have the chance to be selected by somebody whose value will raise yours. Back when we were just people, right? And we were just selecting the best genes. Sexual attraction was like, hey, you seem healthy. You seem like somebody to create a family with. And maybe you didn't understand that all at once, you know, like maybe it was not very clear to you that that's what was going on. But something about that other being drew you in and made you want to do something you hadn't done before. Maybe something that could be exciting and pleasurable, a new experience. And that's not really what it is to be sexually attracted to somebody anymore. Now people experience sexual attraction in terms of games that they play for status. But layered on top of that with all of the emotional damage we've done to each other through the years with society, there's also all the like unprocessed trauma that then goes into sexual attraction. So beyond the societal level of, am I making a good match to secure my survival in society? There's a specific set of things that's wrong with you that appeal to things that are broken in me, things that I have not processed. So it's not just that a man finding you sexually attractive is possibly not a compliment. It's that if somebody has a particularly damaged experience of sex and sexuality, and all of us have at least a couple collective wounds, as well as like, you know, cultural wounds and familial wounds, it's possible that the amount of compliment they're offering is not actually as high as the amount of insult.
Trust me, from experience, the amount of men that I've met that called me sexy from the initial point of meeting, all of them just wanted one thing. They were not interested in who I was as a person or to interact with me as a human being. I tell you, when a man meets you, it's always clear his intentions. If a man meets you and he's already telling you you're sexy, he's just telling you that he sees you as a worthy target for an experience and nothing about who you are as a human being. So from the analogy that the young man made makes a lot of sense, because as a woman, and I believe a lot of women, we can relate. If a man respects you, you're definitely going to know by the way he relates with you. In fact, most men that respect women, they find it hard to even talk sexually. Attraction and how he feels about your body would eventually come out later on in your friendship or in your relationship. If a man comes to you and the first thing he's telling you is how he feels about you sexually, that's a man that wants to objectify you. That's a man that wants you for what he can have with you. That's not a compliment. Unless you have plans to just roll in the bedroom with that man, or that's all you care about. But it's really not a compliment when a man just sees you as a sexual tool for his sexual desires.
Things that men say they're supposed to be compliments, but are in fact fucking insults. I learned all this from years of experience, from years of hearing these things and being like, oh my god, thank you. But then later it was like, once my frontal lobe developed, I was like, Number one, he calls you wifey material. Let me explain something to you. When a man calls you wifey material, this is quite literally a slap in the face. This means you have conformed to what a man would want, meaning you're going to cook, you're going to clean, you're going to wipe his ass, you're going to take care of the kids, and you're going to let him spit on you while he does it. Basically, like, I won't respect you, but I need you. Like, I will use you type situation. Red flag! Number two, he calls you one of the boys. Like, oh, we're best friends because you're like one of the boys. Okay, now, a woman who is a 100% fucking pick-me would skyrocket. She would be a rocket ship up in the air about this. She would literally bust an O and be like, oh my god, he loves me. Okay, listen, when a man says you're one of the boys, it means in his mind you are, and I'm not saying this is a bad thing, I'm not like putting bad sexual vibes out there, but like, you will ride on anything, you'll jump on anything, pogo, you know what I'm talking about? You are nasty, dirty, disgusting. Like, that's how he's thinking of you. Like, a girl who farts, a girl who burps, a girl who does things like a man. It doesn't mean you're one of the boys, like, we get along so well. No. Oh my god, this one literally gave me PTSD. When a man says, you're like home. You're like home. I can't stay away from you. Some women, not me, some women would take this as a compliment. In fact, this is the biggest insult a man can tell you. It literally means, you are the dummy who keeps accepting me back. No explanation more than that. Finally, if a man ever says, I love how you're natural. I love how you're natural. You don't wear any makeup. You don't try too hard. Now again, some pick-me women will see this as a compliment and be like, oh my god, he doesn't like women who wear makeup or dress or try. No, what he's saying is, you are cheap. You are not in that you are cheap. Whatever. Yeah, I'm just gonna say it. You're cheap. Okay. You will not cost me any money. You are a girl who I can run to and not feel insecure about. You are an inexpensive upkeep, and I like that because my cost per nut is low. Because in the end, this is a very mean statement to make, but it is very true, ladies. A man is constantly thinking in whatever way, shape, or form, my cost per nut has to make sense. Okay? It's just a financial decision. Most men have it, and they will make that. Are you worth the cost per nut? All right? The answer should always be motherfucking no. Okay? That is a crazy thing, but it's just true. So what he's saying is, you have a very low cost per nut ratio. And I like that. Again, all of these things are true whether you want to accept them or not. These are not compliments. These are male insults. Every time.
I think if it gets to a point that a man begins to compliment your domestic skills, just know that you're doing something wrong. You're actually doing something wrong. Like, you need to start thinking, what have I said wrong? Like, what have I done wrong? Because how would a man see you and be calling you wifey material? That should be a very scary place for you to be in as a woman, because it just means that he's seeing cheap labor from you. He's seeing how much he can extract cheap labor from you. It means you have no standards at all. Words like wifey material, oh, you're such a good cook, oh, you clean so perfectly. Oh my god, like, that is so wrong. The problem is, how did he even come to find out that you're actually good at those things? It means you've been auditioning and trying to prove yourself to him. That's a pick-me behavior, and I'm telling you, If you're a woman, you still do that, you are doing it the wrong way. A man should not compliment your domestic skills. A man should be looking for ways to impress you as a woman, to make your life way better. He should not see you and see someone that he can extract labor from. A man should not see you and see a person that will cook for him and make his life easier in the domestic side. A man should not see you and the first thing he's thinking is how you're going to make his life way better. He's going to spend less when he backs you. No. When a man is in your presence, a man should be spending his money on you. A man should not be finding ways to save his money when he's in your presence. He should be finding ways to spend his money. If you don't see yourself as the price, that's the mentality you're going to have. But if you are the price, as a woman of dignity, as a woman with high standards, as a woman who's worth the good life, who's worth a man spending his money on, then you should know that you're not in a man's life to make his life easier. You're not in a man's life to come serve him. It's the other way around, as a matter of fact.
There are certain things that some men will say to you that you shouldn't see as compliments. You should critically look into it. So today I want to talk about words that men use on you that you should not take it lightly. This is Before the Vow. My name is Adrian. The first one is that when a man tells you that you are not like the other girls, it means that he's putting down all those girls just to flatter you. If truly you stand out as they claim, they wouldn't be saying it. They would allow you to prove yourself worthy of it. But the moment they open their mouth to tell you that you're not like other girls, it's a way for you to feel swollen-headed and think that you are special. They don't see you as special. You are like the others. And when they go somewhere else, they will say the same thing. Another one is that when a man tells you that you are so independent, this is not a compliment. Indirectly, they are saying that you don't need their help. You can fix things on your own. You can do things on your own without them supporting you. Any person who praises you as independent is not ready to support you. It's going to make you even be more independent and not require their help. They're just coming to watch you suffer by yourself and add their burden to yours. When a man tells you that you are too good for me, it is not a compliment. It screams insecurity. A masculine man should feel chosen. But the moment they tell you that you are too good for me, it's either truly they don't deserve you or they are insecure. They are hiding the actual meaning behind it. So look deep into it and you'll find out why they are saying that you are too good for them. Also, when a man tells you that you are perfect, they have placed you on a pedestal. That means you are flawless. And there's no one who is perfect in this world. The moment a person sees you as perfect, they don't expect you to make any mistakes. The moment you make mistakes, they will start criticizing you. And everything that you'll be thinking about is to become perfect to please them. So don't see it as a compliment that you'll be flattered when they say that you are perfect. In actual fact, you need to run because you're going to be carrying a heavy load on your shoulder to prove your perfection to him. And finally, when a man says that I can't live without you, it is not love, it is neediness. When someone is needy or clingy, they will tell you that I can't live without you. Such people are not to be trusted.
You know, reverse psychology is one of those subtle tools of manipulation that men often use. You know, they try to manipulate you into doing something for them, into playing a role, just by playing the victim and telling you, oh, I've met women who have dealt with me. I've met women who came for my money. They came to eat my money. They did not care about me. And they psychologically, what he's trying to do is manipulate you into not doing those things to him. He's trying to make you not ask him for money. He's trying to manipulate you into proving yourself different from other girls. And that's why he will tell you, oh, you're not like other girls. You've not done nothing more. You've actually not done anything that warrants that. But he's psychologically grooming you to not behave like other girls. He'll tell you things that he doesn't like. And if you're a pick-me, if you're trying to please him, you're going to fall for that and start cosplaying the role that he set for you. You start playing into that role. You try not to upset him. You try not to ask him for too much money because in the past he's told you women have always wanted him for his money. Like, he just creates a persona for you. And then daily you'll be fighting and trying to fit into that picture so he doesn't think you're like other girls that have been bad to him, that have hurt him in the past and all of that. We know this trick. People have tried to play this trick on me. Women, men, I know that trick. They tried, for example, they tell you, oh, people from a certain region they're usually very good people, they're very kind people, they do this, they do that. Meanwhile, in due time, you would understand why that person told you that. When you notice that they were just trying to use you, they're trying to make you play into that good person who takes anything, who does not question them, in a bid to not prove him wrong, in a bid to fit into whatever picture he has painted for you. That's a psychological game, that's manipulation, and men do it a lot. So when a man is telling you, women have hurt me in the past, my exes, they just wanted my money, women that have just been so mean to me, no woman has ever cared about me, bull crap. That's a man that's trying to manipulate you.
Men that be like, oh, you look so much better without makeup. I prefer you with no makeup. Your natural beauty eats. If you think that's gonna make me like you more, you're wrong. I'm viewing you as a hater because my makeup eats every time. Oh, I wish you didn't wear so much makeup, or I don't know. If you say that shit about me, and I'm gonna say, I wish you had a hairline. I wish you were a foot taller. I wish you made more money. I wish you were cuter. I wish your beard connected. I don't like those backhanded compliments. You sound like a hater. You sound like a hater. It's not making me be like, oh my God, he sees me for me. Thank you so much. I had such an insecurity of it. No. Baby, I know what I look like. I'm a bad bitch then and I'm a bad bitch now.
I'm going to tell you insults men give women as compliments. Number one, he's going to call you beauty with brains. Do not ever allow a man say that to you without countering it. It comes from the idea that women cannot be both beautiful and intelligent, and that if you are the exception. Every woman is beautiful, and intelligence is not rare in women. Number two, he's going to tell you you think like a man. He's only implying that logic, discipline, and strategy doesn't occur naturally to women. Newsflash, good thinking is human, not male. Number three, he's going to tell you you are not like other women. Understand this clearly. He is disrespecting women as a group, but rewarding you for separating yourself from them. Real respect does not require you to disown your own gender. Number four, he's going to tell you you are a wife material. They say it as if it is the highest compliment, as if your whole value is how well you fit into marriage. Women are not sitting around waiting for approval, and marriage is not the reward for your good behavior. Number five, he's going to tell you you are smart for a woman. What he's really saying is that your intelligence surprises him. That is not praise.
Just sitting here listening to a young woman talk about her recent breakup where she found out her boyfriend was cheating on her, and she said something that I immediately clocked as a huge red flag, and I want to share it with you because it's very, very important. It's one of those things that I think a lot of women don't know about. She mentioned this several times throughout the story, but it was always something to the effect of either other people told him that I was a good girlfriend, and then later on she said something like he was bragging about me and like telling all of his guy friends that I was such a good girlfriend, I was the best girlfriend ever. And there it is, that's the red flag. The moment you hear the words good girlfriend come out of a man's mouth and it's referring to you, you fucked up. I'm sorry, but it's true. You fucked up. And the moment that it becomes a point of pride for you, then you extra fucked up. When guys say stuff like good wife, good girlfriend, whatever, all of those things in their mind relate to duties, okay? Not identity, not accomplishments, not what they enjoy about you as a person. They literally mean she cooks, cleans, she has sex with me whenever I want, believes my lies, she buys me things, she takes me places, she's improving my life without me even lifting a finger. That's the kind of stuff they think about. They're basically bragging that somebody is serving them.
Like I said in the beginning, if a man has to put down another woman to compliment you, I tell you that's not a compliment. A lot of men in our society are misogynistic, and if they're not misogynistic, at least the society we live in is a patriarchal society. So many of them believe that women are not equal to men. So many of them, they don't rate women. So many men have a very skewed mentality and perception of women. They don't know how to interact with women as equals in society. They're not capable of seeing women as humans who are existing and figuring out life as them. They cannot help themselves from objectifying women, seeing women as simply mothers, wives, and anything outside of that role is wrong, or their helpmates. And they find it difficult to accept the fact that women are saying no to those roles and are actually existing and living life like a normal human being. Roles that used to be just simply for men, women are occupying those spaces and thriving. and doing better than them. Women are achieving big things. Things have changed. So many men cannot accept that. They refuse to accept that. And this is why they find subtle ways to bring women down, to be misogynistic, to try to put you in your place. They do this in many ways. They try to compare you to other women. They try to make us compete with each other. Because why else would men be saying you're not like other girls? Oh, other girls are this way, you're different. Just simply trying to pit women against each other so we can center them and seek their validation and, value their validation and their opinions. So these are the subtle ways that men try to insult women, try to demean you, try to be misogynistic, that some women think it's a compliment, but no, those are not compliments. We need to be clocking these men and putting them in their place. And on that note, we've come to the end of this video. Don't forget to leave your thoughts down below in the comment section. I remain your girl, Joy, and I'll see you in my next video. Have a blessed day. And from me, it's bye.